is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, this is Stan Schofield, and I'm inviting all of my KWK family and my family to watch Church Without Walls, 11 o'clock on Mondays, for the greatest and latest show around. Thank you.
I'm Cynthia Lee Shang, and you're watching Church Without Walls on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, good morning. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. I am your host, Charles Stewart, along with the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12 Central Standard Time. We are so happy that we can come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12. We thank you for calling and tuning in. We thank all our listeners for calling in and sharing your time with us. And we, Dr. Williams, myself, we enjoy sharing our time with the community and with y'all, wherever you may be, in your car, radio, house, office space, wherever you may be. We thank you for listening and watching Church Without Walls. Remember, you are the church, and we're trying to knock down all the walls that's standing our way. We certainly hope that you've been to your church house, and we know that you have enjoyed your holidays, Christmas holidays, and New Year. Many, I've seen many people made their way to the church house for New Year's Eve. And thank God, I hope you continue the rest of the year going, serving God. The Bible tells us, forget not to assemble ourselves in the house of the Lord. So we're supposed to fellowship with one another. And so Dr. Williams and myself, we certainly hope that you're going to have 2020 going to be the greatest year ever. But this week, I know I got a lot of sore eyes. I know my daughter, who loved to sing so much, I know she didn't sleep last night. The Saint lost another heartbreaker. And I know many of y'all are disappointed that the New Orleans Saint got to wait one more time, one more year. And we think that LSU will be playing next Monday night for the national championship. And we certainly wish them well. And we, everyone that have all the high school team that won championship, we congratulate them also. So 2019 was a great year for many people, and some you may feel that it wasn't. But anyway, 2020 going to be the greatest year ever. So don't you forget that. And we're so happy and delighted to come your way every Monday. And I just want to tell some people who I talked with over the weekend and over the holidays, man, I love you. And then Dr. Williams was saying, nothing you can do about that one. I love you. That's something that you can't stop me from loving you. And I love you, man. I love you, my sister. Love you, my brother. And I hope you and your family, everything will be well in 2020. Dr. William?
Well, right now we're 6 days into the new year. So all of you who made that New Year's resolution, saying what you're not gonna do and what you're gonna do, it's 6 days, and so that New Year's resolution you made right now just about come to an end because you stopped it. Those of you who talking about they're gonna stop smoking, you can't stop smoking unless your mind tell you that that's what you want to do. If you put Jesus Christ before you, you can. If you believe that statement that say I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, then you ought to be able to stop smoking, stop drinking, stop fooling with the dope or whatever it is that you're fooling with. And you ought to be able to make your life better and make your home better because it starts in the home. So, wish everybody had a prosperous New Year. Hope you have a prosperous New Year, and hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope that everything went according to the way that you wanted today. Um, um, and God bless you. And I say that God bless you. I mean that God bless you. That you have a prosperous New Year. Everything that you had a desire to do, everything that you want to do, put forth effort and energy to make those things happen. Because you got two types of people. You got those that watch things happen, those that want things to happen, and those that wish things happen. Okay, so if you want it to happen, put forth some action behind it. When you put forth some action behind it, it will happen. Uh, if you can receive it and achieve it and believe it, you can have it.
Dr. William, we want to, I think, Wednesday, the new council take their place and the new parish president. That's going to be this Wednesday at 10 o'clock on the Airline Highway. I think that's 6400 Airline Drive. And we congratulate all the new councilmen taking their position and the parish president, who I think, I don't know who else besides the new council and the parish president, but I do know those. That inauguration would take place Wednesday at 10 o'clock at I think that's a theater for performing arts, Jefferson, whatever the name may be. But anyway, 6400 Airline Drive. And so, those, I think it's open to the public. I think it's whoever come, first serve. So, we just want to congratulate the new past president, Miss Cynthia Lee Shane, and all of the councilmen who won. Congratulations to you. And we look forward for 2020 to be a great year. Certainly, we want to work with everybody in Church Without Walls. Our time is open to all those councilmen. Anything that they're doing something in this community that going to help the community. Certainly, the microphone, Dr. William, and myself have open mic. So today it's going to be semi open mic, and want to say that tomorrow is a big day for. I don't know. You probably wouldn't know these things unless you pay a lot of attention to the newspaper. A lot of times this don't hit our news. Tomorrow, in the Fifth Circuit Court on Camp Street, is a big day for African American and minority judges. Tomorrow is a big day. I think it pretty much affect every African American judge in the state if you ran out of black majority district. The judge gonna be making a rule on that tomorrow, and it's tomorrow. Yes, it's Tuesday, January 7th, and the plaintiff in that case is the Terrabone NAACP chapter is the plaintiff lawsuit, and I think the case would be the Terrabone NAACP minority judgeship case, and they in a court of appeal. I think they won the lawsuit, but I think the Mr. Jefferson Landry with others, they want to get that overturned. So if they successful, to my understanding, in the court of appeal, if that's overturned, where every uh, minority, and I guess you can say African American, they judgeship would be in jeopardy unless they can win open seat. In the state of Louisiana, too many African Americans have won in the seat unless there was black majority. And remember, for those that is interested in this uh, uh, the, um, this case tomorrow, it's going to be at 600 Kemp Street in New Orleans, and the NAACP in Homer is asking that you will come support them, and the NAACP is all over this world, been fighting for minority rights for years, and they is asking all chapters for their support. And they ask that you, whoever, I think they got a busload coming out of Homer, Terrabone and Parish, that is in Homer, so they got a busload of people that is coming out.
And they're going to leave at 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
From
tomorrow.
7163 West Park Avenue, Homer, Louisiana. The bus will be leaving from there.
So say it again a little louder, Dr. Williams.
7163 West Park Avenue. The bus will be leaving there at 7 a.m.
And that phone number, Dr. Williams, I think is 98. If you
985-209-7576. 985-209-7576.
And the contact person, the president of the
Jerome Boykin.
Yeah, Jerome Boykin is the president of the NAACP. And I think he will be calling the show at some time today. He is out working, coordinating this event. But this is a big event for everybody across the state, but it's more important. It's very important to home. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to further discuss this discussion about the court and what's going to happen in the court of appeal tomorrow. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. You are listening, and you are watching Church Without Walls.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Yep.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth.
We are back. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12 Central Standard Time. Dr. Anthony Williams and Charles Stewart. If you would like to get in on the conversation, you can call us at 563-999-1808. Again, 563-999-1808. You like to get in on the conversation, feel free to call. We are discussing tomorrow is a big day for the people of Houma and for every judgeship all over the state. And certainly it's a good experience for those that's not working. You should show up on Camp Street tomorrow. And I think it started at 8:30 in the morning. And you will see history being made. Many of y'all we complain about they don't have people like us. It's time for us to stand up. And a slogan that Mr. Boykin have for the NAACP of Houma, his slogan is, when people fight, people win. To me, that is a big deal. When people fight, when we fight, we win. And so certainly, Dr. Williams, we got to learn to fight. If many people before us, if they didn't fight, we wouldn't have the right that we have today. And so the fight, the people saying getting relaxed and they thinking everything everything is going along smooth and good, and we don't have to worry about nothing. And they don't realize that you're gonna be in a fight long as you're living. I mean, the fight is always gonna be there. People sitting down day and night, kind of figure out how they gonna take your rights away. And so I invite you to get in on this conversation. Again, 563-999-1808. And we would love for you to be a part of this show. And we would like for you to be on Kemp Street. The NAACP would like for you to fight with them tomorrow. Show them some support. Give up some time. Go see, because some of the what's going to happen tomorrow is going to have effect on your kids and your grandkids. So please, ma'am, and please, sir, pay attention to this. Like I said, that should have been headline news on all your television state about this case tomorrow, but it's not. They keep them a low profile. I guess they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and they said don't stir them up. So we ask you to get out and fight with the NAACP tomorrow, and they will be happy to have you. And I don't know, all the details about this about judges, but I was talking with a gentleman this morning he was telling me that I said, well, in Homer, he said, in Homer, we don't have no African American that is judges in Homer in Terrabone Parish, and said the only possible way we could get one is if we had sued. So they sued and they won the case. And what happened was, I think everybody was satisfied until a case came up, I think, in St. John Parish. A young lady, African American, won against a white candidate, and she lost in a black majority district. So I understand that she got upset over it, and she filed a lawsuit uh, against the parish for that said the line was illegal drawn, and I think other people seen that and taking advantage of it. So I guess when anytime you redistrict, uh, everybody not gonna be satisfied, and I think that a lot of Caucasian that has been judges for years, when you redistrict, well, you have some of them running against each other. So they would love for it to be all of that be overturned. So if it's overturned, you got judges like I know, across I know in the East Bank, you have judges June Danbury, Mark Johnson, and on the West Bank, their name not coming to me right now. Michelle Home would be one. I can't call the other two gentlemen name, but anyway, they all of they judgeship would be in jeopardy because Jefferson Parish is only I think about maybe 20 something, 29, 27% African American. So if you had to run say on a parish wide base, if it wasn't district, you wouldn't have no black judges. So those judges should have their family, grandkids, everybody down the rail. And I don't think a lot of them, some of them may be satisfied, not paying no attention, but what happened tomorrow affect everyone. And so I don't know, why, I think every African American church yesterday, there should have been announcement made in every African American church to let people know what's going on. And everybody can't go down there. Many people working, but many of them not working. And so you should go support this event. And as Pastor John was in his message yesterday, he was talking about when Dr. King was out fighting for the people's right, and he didn't have. It was mostly little children were fighting with him. Dr. William Adolf was scared. They didn't have the courage to stand up and fight with him, but he believed in what he was doing.
Well, they put the scare and the fright and the scare tactic in the adults because the adults had to work and take care of their family, and most of them were crop sheriffs, and they had jobs. They were working for the individuals who owned the plantation and whatnot. They was only getting a little money for that, so they kind of put a scare tactic in them to tell them that you're not gonna have nowhere to work. You're not gonna have nowhere to support your family and stuff like that. It'd be just like Jezebel. Jezebel told the people, if you don't come to my you don't come to my rescue and what I'm doing, then basically you're not gonna have no job. So that was the scare tactic that they used at that time. So it wasn't that the people wouldn't stand up; it's that they gave them a choice. Like the Godfather, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. So you want to take care of your family, you want to continue to support them. I don't want you going down there. You can't vote, you can't do nothing. And Dr. King came along to try and show the people, look, you can't let scare tactics prevent you from growing. And that's what we have to learn. Not to be afraid of anything. You take so much is going on in the world now. We are afraid of so much. We are afraid of a world war. We're afraid of everything that's happening with us and to us. It's time for us to put the fear on the side and stand up if you have to stand up by yourself.
Dr. William, you are so right. And many of us, I look at some of the footage, Dr. William, from some of the marches that they had when Dr. King was out marching. And he had some strong people joining him, like Dr. Ralph Evanescence. You know, many of them joining with him, but he had a lot of Caucasian joining with him too. Quiet kept. They know the history. They don't say a lot about that, but they
But Charles, you got lot of Caucasian people who have grown tired of the things that exist in this country, and I think I seen it on in was it South Carolina where the Ku Klux Klan was over there trying to have a rally, and those people said straight out, "We're sick of all of this stuff. We've come too far to return back to where we came from." In other words, everybody has a right. Give them their rights.
yeah.
You know, uh, uh, let people grow. Don't take the growth away from them. You got fertile minds in all of the communities, but we won't let those fertile minds develop and grow to cause the community to be advanced. If you're trying to shut down the development of people who want to see things better, people that have ideas, people that want to stimulate growth, if you're trying to shut all that down, how are we going to ever develop into the community and the nation that we want to develop into? Everybody wants to be a dictator. People in power now want to dictate what can happen and what can't happen. You don't have to dictate. You can work with people with their ideas, and that's where growth comes from.
Yeah, Doc, and you so right about that. We I don't know. We seen the people like we wait until we seen there be a lot of us we don't believe in. Help build a boat and prepare the boat. Then pushing in the water. Many of us wants to get in the water, and that's when we want to get on board. Then we want to get on board. Then we want to come, not be a passenger. We want to come be the captain. Then many of us, and a lot of us have a lot of great ability. God got a lot of people out there have a lot of given talent, but we seem to think that everything just going to be handed to us the way we want it. And think about it. In Homer, Louisiana, whoever get to be the first African American serve as judge, that's gonna be a proud day for those people. Now, in our mind, we still know that can't be. We living in 2020, but it is as of right now. People fighting, for their right, and we don't seem to understand that, and many of us don't care as long as we get what we want, and as long as things going our way. But we don't care about our brothers and sisters. But the Bible could tell us, together we'll stand, divided we will fall. And that's why the New Orleans Talk Network provides shows and give us an opportunity to come on the air and people can express themselves. to try to educate our people, to let them understand what's going on, because I think some, if they really knew, they would do better. Some don't know, and the Bible tells Dr. Williams that the people perish by the lack of knowledge. But anyway, we got to take a break, Real, and we're going to take another station break. When we come back, we're going to keep this conversation going. Tomorrow's a big day on Camp Street for African American judges. If you believe that they should have African American judges, you should go down there and be a part of their hearing tomorrow. You are listening, you are watching Church Without Walls.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us, because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
You are listening, you are watching Church Without Walls. We on the air every Monday morning, 11 to 12, Central Standard Time. Dr. Anthony Williams and Charles Stewart with your hosts. And we want to knock down every wall that may stand in your way. At Church Without Walls, we provide the topic and you provide the conversation. And we always invite those that want to be a part of the show to call us. Last week, I know we had a lot of problems with the phone, but my understanding they up and running. And that number is 1-563-999-1808. And we would like for you to get in on this conversation. We are talking about tomorrow. Is they have a hearing at the Court of Appeal on Camp Street tomorrow morning at 8:30, and the NAACP from the Homer chapter in Terrabone Parish, they is in court fighting to I guess we could say to hold on to the rules, and the judge had ruled in their favor. And they, I think the state attorney general is trying to get that ruling overturned by being pressured by other judges that don't want to run against another judge. So it's a lot of battle tomorrow, and you can be a part of that. To that you could be in the courthouse yourself. I plan on being there tomorrow morning, and you can tell your grandkids that you were there when the judge made a ruling, whatever which way that he made. The judge made. I can't see how they can overturn something because I don't know. I think it might have been in the 70s that it was a ruling that everyone should have someone to represent them, and that's why so many lawsuit discrimination case was all over Jefferson Parish. You take it right here in Jefferson Parish, you would even if they wouldn't have filed a lawsuit against Jefferson Parish for the redistrict Jefferson Parish for black elected officials. District 3 wouldn't be represented by African Americans. I mean, that was the only way that you could elect someone to the council by having a black majority district. So I'm saying to you is that it's important to the African American community that you go to Camp Street tomorrow morning and be there for 8:30. And I know Mr. Barkin and his people who support him would love to see you. I would want to believe that all branches of the NAACP would be there to support him. I know they have one here in Jefferson Parish on the West Bank. I think Gil Spiller is the president. And in New Orleans, they have a branch. I understand in Jefferson Parish, you have two branches now. So,
But Charles, when you stop and think about that, every branch that is a part of the NAACP should be over there to support
right.
that support that case. I mean, if that's something that you want did in the community, every branch that if you're a branch of the NAACP,
Should be
and
there.
you're a
You're right.
president, if it's no more than the president is there, they all of them should come together as a unit uh, and support what's going on. Uh, when you let people divide you, and the Bible tells you a house divided against itself can't stand. So everybody that's a part of the NAACP ought to be over there tomorrow supporting what's going on. Uh, if you're not supporting it, then that means you're trying to be neutral. And there's no such thing as a neutral position.
No.
Especially if you're in some kind of organization and politically inclined, there should be no neutral position for you to stand. You can't straddle the fence. You either got to be on one side or the other. You got to, my daddy used to tell me either you stand for something or you fall for anything. And this is a situation where you ought to make a stand. Decided if you know that this is something good for the community, then you ought to be working towards seeing that happen. If you look at St. John Parish headed all the way towards Homer and headed all the way towards Westwego, those boats actually came down here from Virginia. They called them the paddle boat, and those paddle boat ended at that ferry, which was right there in St. John Parish. And when the people got off of that boat, they put them according to whatever nationality they classified them as. If they were classified, if they were Indian, they sent them towards Homer and Thibodeau. If they couldn't tell what their race was, they sent them to Luling. If they looked at more like the white race of people, they sent them to Lucy. Those with the straight hair and the complexion and the skin color, they sent them to Lucy. Uh, they had a place for the African or Jamaican or that came down that river. They put them in a little place called Columbia Quarter, and they had them to work in their sugar house. You got this was basically German colony. It was colonized by the German, and you had people like the Saraparoos, the Schexneiders, and different different names that I can call to remember from a little boy. how people act, the Boudreaux and stuff like that. All of that stuff. This was German colony. They came down here to work sugarcane. But now you got a situation where you got people of color that want things to happen in that community, and you should have uh, individuals, somebody in that community to represent, be a representative, to go down and represent yourself.
Well, Dr. William, you're so right about what you say about it's so much that we don't understand, and Dr. William,
You got a lot of history. You got a lot of history
mhm.
from Homer all the way down here to, and I'm just using that as an area from Homer all the way down here to Luling. You got a lot of history right there in there, but people don't know the history of the community. They don't know how the community developed. They don't know who was in charge, and at that time, if you go back and research, you find out that even women couldn't have, didn't have no rights. They couldn't inherit anything. You know, men had inherit everything. There's so much that we don't know because nobody never took the time to do research to find out what was going on in those communities.
And another thing that Dr. William, that for the sake of my life, that I don't understand. I don't understand. We as the people, I want to do. They really care. I remember Dutch Mario, Dr. William, when I first organized the Coalition for Leadership and Development. I remember I'm saying Dr. Mayor Dutch Mario. A lot of young people know him. A lot of older people know him. He was the first African American become to be mayor of New Orleans. And the first event I gave, um, I had asked him to come be the keynote speaker. And many people that in Jefferson Parish, oh, Dutch Mario, he not gonna come. We ain't big enough yet, And but anyway, uh, I had invited him, and he said, I definitely be that young man. He said, I applaud you for what you're doing. And would you believe, Reverend William, that it was on a Saturday, and the event's supposed to start for 7:30. He got there at 6:30. Wasn't nobody there but him and I, and it rained like it was like hell. Looked like hell broke loose. It was raining so hard. I said, Lord, I convinced Dutch to come be the keynote speaker, and I'm scared people ain't gonna come. Not only that, it's raining. That may not encourage them. I said, well, at least a few people bought tickets. I said, I'll make some money. And so him and I, we sitting in the lobby at the Gateway Hotel, and he told me one thing, Reverend Williams, young man. He said, if you remember anything that I'm telling you, and he said, remember this. He said before my daddy was born, my daddy was born, and your daddy, uncle and grandpa were born. Said people pretty much been the same way. There's changed with time. And he said, remember this. If you can get on your knees and pray to ask God for your health and strength, if you can get some of the things, he said, remember what I'm telling you, young man. If you can get some of the things you want out of this world and then be able to enjoy them, you lucky. Because the people going to be people, don't care who they are. And they said for whatever reason, African Americans don't understand how the coalition together. They seem to work against each other. And he said they believe that white ice get cold than black ice. And I kind of laughed. But over the years, the more I think, and I say, I said, Dutch told me this. He said, son, he said, you try to do everything you can to try to help people, Dr. Williams. He said, do what you can to help. But it mainly gonna be the same way. He said, those who got it gonna keep it, but those trying to get it, they'll walk over you to get it. I mean, he has had it laid out. And him and I sat there almost an hour and talked to that, and then people began to say they're going to show up, no, because they want to see me done. And we had a packed house. But anyway, we got to take a break. And I think this is going to be the last break of the day. But anyway, you are listening, you are watching Church Without Walls in the studios up in New Orleans Talk Network.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Charlene Duforce.
And I'm Bishop Carol Dufour Sr.
And we're from Living Witnesses Ministries.
And we also have a program on the internet called Living by the Word Daily. And we're seen every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on the New Orleans Talk Network.
And we would like to invite you to tune in with us every Wednesday morning. Again, 11 to 12 noon Central Daylight Time. Please join us as we teach the Word of God. Thank you, and God bless.
God bless you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to?
We are back. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. Your host, Dr. Anthony Williams and Charles Stewart. We've been talking today about tomorrow at the on Kemp Street. They are at the Court of Appeal. They is having a ruling on minority judgeship at Terrabone NAACP. It was a lawsuit that filed by the Terrabone NAACP for minority judge, for minority to have an opportunity to serve as judge. Now, just because the district is primary dominated by African American, it does not mean that they're gonna win because the case in St. John Parish. This was started all of that.
The question is, Charles, when you think about these parishes out there in these areas, is that is these people, is nobody going and qualify for the judgeship to run in the race for judgeship? Are they not going to qualify, put their name in it? What's happening?
No,
with
that's
that?
that's not the case out there. The case out there is they want an opportunity to run. In Homer, they never had an African American to run, so they created a district where an African American would have an opportunity to win. Justice Department declared that, I think, in the 70s. The problem that they have out there is they won, everything was fine, and everybody had to agree. But a young lady in St. John Parish, an African American young lady, she was in a black majority district, and she lost, and she got upset because a white gentleman, Caucasian, beat her. So she had filed a lawsuit, and then she dropped it. But quite naturally, when Caucasians seen that opportunity, that they can have an opportunity to get all black majority district overthrown for judges. This is what that case is all about tomorrow. It's they have quite a few African American lawyers in Homer, and they do stick together out there. I've been to the event, like when they have something, the whole neighborhood, they support each other. They had an event out there. I know they had Master P's son. We call him Little Romeo. I forget his real name, but anyway, he was the keynote speaker. Man, they must have had about 12,000 people there. So they very supportive of one another. But as you know, in the state of Louisiana,
Well, you see
many areas
what's happening in those areas out there, especially in St. John Parish right now. Blacks are starting to take more of an active part in the politics of the area, and so now, once you realize that this is something that can happen, then they start putting forward more effort towards seeing that happen. And that's going to be a trend that's going to start from St. John Parish, and that's going to spread throughout all of the parishes in the area. But unless we support it, unless we support what's actually going on, we can't get anything to happen. When a case such as this come to when a case such as this come up, and you can see where you've been behind in so long, it's time for you to come from behind.
right.
You
And,
can't.
and this attorney general really is it was a lawsuit that a young lady had filed, but she dropped it, and the state attorney general picked it up. I think he probably would pressure. But anyway, the NAACP of Terrabone Parish, Mr. Jerome Boykin, is president. He would love to see you tomorrow at 8:30 at the United States Court of Appeal building. That is the Fifth Circus at 600 Kemp Street in New Orleans, Louisiana. And also, they provided people out in Homer providing
A bus.
transportation. A bus transportation, and the bus would be leaving 7163 West Park Avenue, Homer, Louisiana.
At 7 a.m.
For 7 a.m. And for information, contact Jerome Boykin, President, and his phone number is 985-29-7576. I'm going to repeat that number again. If you're in the Homer area, you want to be you want to support this event, you can call Jerome Boykin at 985-209-7576. And they would love your prayers, but they need more than your prayers. They need your physical support. So anyone that live in Jefferson Parish, New Orleans, surround there, wherever you may live, and for those interested in, all them judges should have their family there, whatever. In New Orleans, probably one of the very few areas that don't need a big black majority for a person to win. But in other states like in other parishes like Jefferson Parish, Homer, St. John Parish, they had to sue to have an opportunity for African Americans to win. So Mr. Boykin said, "We don't fight, we don't win." So remember, my brothers and sisters, it's time for us to stand up and fight And again, Mr. Boykin is asking that you will support them tomorrow, the NAACP Minority Judgeship case. That's tomorrow, Tuesday, January 7, 8:30 p.m. And 8:30 p.m. And it's the address, for y'all who need address, it's the State Court of Appeal building in the 5th Circuit. And it's 600 Kemp Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. And he asked then for your support. Again, if you need a bus ride, call Mr. Jerome Boykin, 985-209-7576. And they need your support. And Dr. William, we got to close this show out. And again, we thank you for listening and we thank you for watching. We love you. We love you, and you know God love you because He let us all be here to enjoy our day.
God love you, and I do too, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you're right.
And there's no such thing as being half dead.
If you're dead, you're dead. See y'all next week.
Kick it for me one time.